Hello again. Today I wanted to analyze another match by me against a matchup which seems pretty hard for me. I think that this Keldeo, is basically an absolute hard counter for my entire team nearly. I'm gonna go a bit over it in this match, and so maybe you will see what I mean when I say that this thing is really busted, especially against this team. Usually it wouldn't be that much of a problem, but while I made this team, I didn't really expect that I will run into Keldeo that often. So I can handle it, but it basically is super busted against me. So if I look at this matchup right now, I expected him to lead Lando. That's what I said in the last few videos a bit often. Like most people expect Torque, so they lead with their Landorus or Gliscor often as well. So I basically just counter lead with Zapdos, and the thing is, when I played this game, I didn't realize how much Keldeo does against this team. So yeah, we're just gonna start. I'm gonna do my usual Zapdos lead, and you see what was their lead. So they lead with Keldeo right away, and I thought not much of a problem. I can basically just void switch for free, as they most likely will switch out as they don't want to eat a electric move from a Zapdos. So if they switch out into their Landorus, it's fine by me, because then I just click Hidden Power Ice and basically do massive damage to them. So right now what he does is he sets up a substitute, which basically surprised me. I didn't expect him to be a substitute, but based on his team it actually makes sense. Keldeo really helps out in this team structure, and substitute isn't that uncommon on it. I think it's even the most common set, I'm not sure. So I void switched, and then I decided I can't let busy eat a sacred sword or something, and my Zapdos doesn't have any electric type move except void switch, so that's pretty problematic. And Leafeon has as a grass move only Soul Update, so I need Sun. So what I do is switching into Torque, as I know with Sun up, Torque isn't that bulked on the special side, but with Sun I definitely live a hit. So I just do that. And now the thing is, I know he substitute, but on the same time I want to get up my rocks. The ship would be really nice. I don't know. So he probably thinks that I set up my rocks, but since I knew that he substitute, I decided that I body press in the situation to look if it even breaks his sub or not. So I just do that. So I now know that body press does some decent damage against him. So I decide that it's smart to just body press again, as I, for example, would have substituted again over and over. That's what many people do actually. So yeah, I just click body press, but he decides to click Scald, and as you can see, that did massive damage to me. And I click body press again, so the thing now is either he predicts me to switch out because I definitely want to preserve the toggle and click substitute, or he just clicks scored again to pick up a KO, or like looking at my team, my scored switch in would be Blissey, but since it's Keldeo, it can learn Sacred Sword, which basically will do too much damage to my Blissey, so I can't do that. So in case he clicks substitute again, I just switch out the following turn into Leafeon. So I'm not sure right now if that was the right play or if I should have switched into my Zapdos, but it just felt right because Leafeon pressures with a grass move and he probably don't want to stay in, but then he did click scored, so and I get burned. This is a bit problematic, like either way Leafeon would KO that Keldeo, but like normally Leafeon looked amazing in this matchup, like Tapu Lele gets outspeeded under Sun, Weavile gets outspeeded, and yeah, this was pretty good actually, normally in this matchup. Like I risked a burn, but like he really did get it. So right now I'm a bit angry, to be honest. So I just like I'm basically damn brain dead and just go for Solar Blade, which was pretty stupid as he has his Landorus as a safe switch in. Like yeah, and it does so little damage, and I now get like Rocky Helmet chip and Burn chip, so I basically got more damage than he did. My right play should have been to just click knock off. Like I wasn't sure because I really want to kill the Keldeo, because I now realized how much of a problem it is. Like my only switching would have been Leafeon, but like now it's burned. So like Keldeo really pressures my team a lot. So I now just switch out into Zapdos as he clicks Stealth Rock. Like now the thing is, this reminds me a bit of a lead situation, with a problem that he already got rocks up, but he already got chip as well, but he's defensive. Like if he would have been offensive Landorus, my Hidden Power Ice would have killed him right now, but since he's defensive it won't. But either way, I'm not sure, I think I click Hidden Power Ice just right now. So yeah, he stays in, as you can see it doesn't knock out, and he clicks U-turn and switches into Acidity. So the thing is, it was the right play by him. He didn't, like, he doesn't really have that many switch-ins into my Zapdos in this matchup. And that the fact that he went Lele right now tells me that it's probably Choice Scarf, because if I was fully offensive I would have outspeeded, but he like switched into it really confident, so he's probably Scarfed. So what I do now is that I roost, I think, to scout what he's doing. So he kicks Psychic and I just, yes, okay, that's the other possibility. Like I defog because the rocks are really annoying for me, and his Psychic terrain gets away with it, so the Psychics will do less damage. So what now happens is I just make the obvious switch into Blissey, and he, since he's Choice Rock, he clicks Psychic again. His right play would have been to like predict my Blissey, but my Zapdos is too much of a threat for his team, so he really wants to pick up the knockout. So he gives Psychic, does basically nothing. So I decide that it's safe to just teleport out, as literally if he Psychics again, I just go into my Houndoom because it is immune and he is Choice Lock, as I said. So he goes Revive as I just teleport out into Heatran. So I think that was definitely the right play. I did saw a Phytium Z Revive going around one time, but I think I just couldn't risk my Houndoom getting too much chip damage, as like Solar Power already does a lot of damage, and in case he gets rocks up again, I won't be able to remove them that safely. So I go Heatran and threaten with a Magnet Storm, while he can have low kick, but that won't one-shot me. So he clicks Knockoff, which does massive damage. Like, now that I'm looking at it again, that could have been banded or just really offensive, which is more likely, I think. I might calc that afterwards. So either way, I'm lucky and get the knockout, but I think the next knockout wouldn't have killed anyway. So I just killed it. And now he goes to Keldeo again and clicks Substitute. So the thing in this situation for me was, I knew that Keldeo pressures everything for me. So I was fine with Heatran dying. Like, it maybe could have switched into this Lele as it's specially defensive, but even then it will still get massive damage, and I already have enough checks for this Mega Scissor in my team. So I was fine like just clicking Earth Power over and over again, because I don't want him to get a setup with Core Mind and Substitute. So I just click Earth Power on his Substitute. Now he doesn't have enough HP to make another Substitute, but like as I said, I was really fine with Heatran dying right now. So that's what happens. Now I switch into my Houndoom, as Houndoom Mega outspeeds this Keldeo. That is something I know for a fact. So I just, at this range, Flamethrower should kill even without Sun. So I just Mega Evolve and click Flamethrower as he sacks his Landorus. So there comes the Flamethrower. Now I still don't really get why he did make that play. Like, I do understand that my Houndoom really puts him under pressure, like Keldeo dies, Tapu Lele dies with Sun up, and this dies either way. So like overall he doesn't really have any Houndoom switch in, especially since his Keldeo is so low, because he risks so many things by clicking Substitute so often. Like, he clicked Substitute 3 times in 14 turns, like that's a lot. So he Mega Evolves and takes that chip with him. I'm not sure if he thought he might live, but I don't think so. So yeah, now he goes into his Lele. And this was kinda scary, because I knew he was choice locked. So I had only had to scout out in which move he will lock himself in. And right now the thing was, I know he can't lock himself into Psyshock, which would really hit my Blissey hard, because that Houndoom is out, and even if he clicks that, I can just safely switch into Houndoom afterwards. So in this situation it's pretty safe to switch into Blissey. That's what I did, yes. So he clicks Moonblast, I think that would really have knocked out my Houndoom. I'm not sure, but it's definitely possible. So right now I just do the standard play, and I think, yeah, I Toxic. Toxic was really good in this game. Like, his Mega Scissor is dead, so he doesn't really have any switching anymore. This has leftovers, but it will get beaten by Toxic with time. This wouldn't have been able to hit Blissey really hard. And Tangrowth basically, like, it has Regenerator, but like I will still really appreciate the chip from Toxic. So now I double out into Zapdos, as it's a Tangrowth, like it can't really do much damage to me, and that's basically what I've been waiting for all the time, like the safe way to roost off the damage I got. Like, I get beaten by these two right now, like at 30 it doesn't really do much, but like against Tangrowth it won't really do much against me. So I just go hard into my Zapdos and click Roost to get back up to a healthy amount. So now his Lele is in, and I'm not sure, but I think he doubled out into his Keldeo. And what I thought right now was like, he wants to get that Blissey away. That's probably why he doubled into Keldeo. And he can click Psyshock, but then I could have just hard switched into Houndoom. So he expected my Blissey, and I expected him Psyshock. So what happens is he goes to Keldeo and I go to Houndoom. Like, that's not really that good for me. Sun isn't up, so my Solar Beam doesn't come out right away, which would have been really good. So now, at the beginning when he was at 27, I was sure a Flamethrower will kill, but right now I just was really unsure. So I decided to click Overheat, even though I risk a miss. Overheat basically just picks up a knockout. So now I just click Overheat and he's dead, and now he forfeited. So I think the forfeit was his can I say right play? I don't know, like it choice locked and it can't really do that much to me. So yeah, definitely he would have lost anyway, but like I think playing it out is always a better option than just forfeiting. So yeah, that's basically overall. I can say that Keldeo basically just pressures my whole team, especially if he gets my Zapdos that low as he got at the beginning, which was really scary. But like, I didn't have any safe switch in overall. I did have some switch ins, but like, if you predicted them, I would have been dead. So yeah, I think his biggest misplay, I don't know if we call it so, like he tried to be too greedy with those substitutes. Like he really wanted that setup, even though he just pressures my whole team without setup. With setup, of course, it's even scarier, but like even without it, it's very scary. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I actually enjoyed reviewing my match because it's always helpful for me as well. So yeah, have a nice day.